So, first off, let's talk about it, honey. Because I'm sick of it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm very sick of the body shaming. Like I said, I've been going through this ever since a young girl. Like, it was at one point in time where I used to look at bigger women like, you know what I'm saying? I used to be guilty of that sometimes because I'm like, you shouldn't be looking like that. Because, y'all, and also, I'm going to be for real. It came from a place of bitterness. I ain't gonna lie. We need to just find the root cause of the issue of the problem. But it came from really bitterness, y'all. Like, I was really bitter. Okay? I was very bitter. I was sad. And y'all, literally, growing up, I was bigger than most. I was in 4th grade, 5th grade, wearing about, I think my weight at that time, if I can remember correctly, which I do, I feel like, was like around 155, 156 in the 5th and the 4th grade. So I was on the heavier set side, okay? I was heavier. And I used to get picked on so bad about my weight. I used to get picked on so bad, y'all, like it was it was terrible, y'all. It was real terrible. I had got to the point where I was so insecure about myself. I got to the point where I had like, stuff around my neck. It was just terrible. I just felt like I was just letting myself go more and more. And y'all, I was a kid. So I feel like when you're a kid, you don't know no better. You just eating whatever mommy is feeding you or whatever is prepared at the schoolhouse or wherever when you go with your grandparents' house. You're just eating what is there, what's available to you. And I feel like as a child too, I used to be so much more hungrier. I don't know what it was. It had to been the hormones in the food. I don't know, y'all. But I used to be so much more hungrier. So I was just eating, wanting food so bad all the time, constantly. So, I was eating good. What can I say? I was eating good. I ain't gonna lie. Like, my mom made sure I was eating good. Do you hear me? Like, pretty much whatever I really wanted, I was getting it. So I was eating really amazing and good. But y'all, for real, I was big. I was big. I used to get picked on so much. I used to get picked on at school, on the school bus, by my grandparent. It was just bad. Like, by people that was close to me in the family. You need to lose weight. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do that. Can I live? That's how I used to feel. Like, can I just live? Can I live? I'm a child. I am growing. I am learning things. Let me live, please. That's all I ask, is to just let a girl live. But that's how I was feeling. I got so insecure, y'all. I got to the point where I didn't want to be big no more. I was just looking at I ain't gonna even lie. I wasn't even really looking so much more at other women that was bigger than me, or that was big around that time. I just accepted people for who they were. That's one thing about me that I really always been, and I can't lie about that. I used to just accept people for who they were. Until I start getting picked on so bad. I used to be like, well, dang, do they get picked on too? That's the only other thought that I probably could have had back then. But I really did just look at people for who they were. I didn't know no better. I was young. But y'all, it got to a point that it was so bad that one day I went over to my grandparents' house. And I was like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being big and fat. And this was the summer of 7th grade, y'all. This was the summer of 7th grade. So I was big for a while, y'all. I was big. But yeah, this was the summer of 7th grade. I said, you know what? I'm not going to be big no more. I'm getting tired of being picked on. I need to not let myself go. It's time for me to grow up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because you about to hit 8th grade. And before you know it, you're going to be in high school. It's time to make some changes. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you don't like how you feel about yourself too. Now, one thing I can say about body shaming. All those times when I was getting picked on and getting talked about in middle school and so on or whatever, I never really looked at myself as being ugly. Like, I never looked at myself as being too big or ugly or anything until someone else told me that I was. So that's deep, y'all. That right there, that can get deep, because people can tell you about yourself before you even know about yourself. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know. It can get really tricky, because it's like, if you don't have a problem with how you look or how, much weight you have, why should somebody else have a problem with how much weight you have? But I mean, I guess it could be a terrible thing, and then it also can somewhat be a good thing, because if there's health causes that can take effect with this, then you should definitely take precaution. You know what I'm saying? You should take precaution. But I feel like if you know who you are, if you are healthy, if you are, even though you may be on the bigger side, you may be a little bigger bone, but if you healthy, you doing things that you're supposed to do, as far as, you still be energetic. You just can't really keep the weight down. Or you still eat, pretty good. It's going to balance itself out. Because your body do need different nutrients, for your body to grow. Everybody's body is different. So that's why I never try to shame nobody. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't like that, because I knew how it feel to get body shamed. And if you going through body shaming right now, y'all, just know you not alone. Like I said, I was weighing 156 in 5th grade, 4th grade, 6th grade, and 7th grade. Like, I was big, y'all. I was big, like, literally. Y'all may not believe it. Like, girl, you was big? Yes, ma'am. Yep, I sure was. Yes, I was. But yeah. And so, like I said, that summer I went to my grandparents' house, y'all. I said, you know what? I am going to lose weight. And what's crazy is I did not have that spark in my own mind. I seen my auntie doing it. So my auntie, she was getting it in, y'all. Like, she was getting down with the workouts. But the only thing about what we did was, I'm gonna be honest, we was not eating much. So I went from having a humongous appetite. I was eating almost every freaking thing. Like, literally, like, I'm going in, like, eating foot-long subs, whole Chinese plates. And I'm sitting here in 6th, 7th grade eating all this food. That's wild. But child, I ain't lying. I was eating the full Chinese plates, all of that. Bowls of cereal, back-to-back noodles, all that stuff that is not good for you. Like, anybody that could tell you now that I'm at the age I'm at, looking back, can I do that now? No. I cannot be just eating all that type of food like that. Not really drinking, plenty of water. Which, now, one thing I can say, I did always drink water, though, mainly. I always drank water, mainly. From, all I can remember. I always really drank water. But the food I was intaking was full of salt, sugar, and all of that stuff. And I feel like sometimes, even now, I get kind of hooked on, to eating bad a little bit. Because I love bread. I'm not going to lie. And that sugar is not good, because that's what's going to keep the weight on you instead of shed the weight off. But like I said, it's all about eating in moderation. As long as you're not having no health conditions, you feel fine. You're not tired. You're not really tired a lot. You're able to be energetic. You're doing things. You taking precaution with what you eat, and you are fine. You are good. Honestly, that's how I feel. Like, you gonna be good. Because you eating in moderation. Even though you are eating probably some milkshakes and a burger or whatever. A pizza. Probably a couple days out of the week or however you're going to do it. At least you're going to eat your veggies as well. Your fruit. Get your water. Your protein. Stuff like that. It's all about that. It's all about balance. It's all about balancing whatever fits you. However it's going to make you feel. Because one thing about me, I'm not going to judge you by your weight. Honey, if you feel good, if you can look in the mirror every day and be confident and be energetic and still go wild and still put on some clothes, brush your teeth, wash your tail, and get out that door and do what you got to do, who am I to body shame you? If you feel good and you look good, I'm happy for you. And that's not going to stop nothing, because if you taking care of yourself, literally, no matter what size you are, if you taking care of yourself, you're confident in yourself, honey, that ain't going to stop no woman or no man from hollering at you or for you getting any type of naked or any type of conversation. So it's like, it ain't gonna ever stop nothing. But I feel like the only time it should get to a bad, serious place with being obese or overweight, not even just obese, I'm gonna say overweight. The only time it can get to a bad place in my eyes is if you don't have no energy to do nothing. You just being lazy. You just sitting around, not really doing nothing. You don't want to do nothing. People trying to tell you get out of the house to do this, do that. You don't want to do nothing. You just want to sit around all day long. That's when it can become a very big, serious problem in my eyes. Because at the end of the day, it's okay to be overweight. But honey, get up and do something. Get up. Just get on up. Live in your truth and get up. Okay, but for real though. So back to my story, y'all. But yeah, so my grandparents' house, y'all. Okay, so my auntie, she was going full on out, but like I said, we won't eating much, y'all. So pretty much what we were doing was we were eating like once a day, once or twice, because I want to say that every morning or every so often, I would drink a frappe from McDonald's, and that wasn't the best meal, but honey, I did it because I needed something. I went from eating foot-long subs, honey, I needed some type of sugar for the morning. Do you hear me? So I went to eating like a frappe in the morning, and then that evening or afternoon, because I would skip a meal. So if I ate that morning, which was the frappe, I wouldn't eat that lunch. I would just eat that dinner, or I would eat lunch and I eat dinner. And what I would do for lunch or dinner, I would eat like a 6-inch, because I went from footlongs, y'all. I went from footlongs. I had to cut it down. To the 6 inches. So I was eating 6-inch wheat bread. I went from eating white bread and Italian, what's called Italian herb and cheese and all of that. I went from eating that type of bread, and then I, substitute here and there. I was eating wheat bread and turkey. I went from eating spicy Italian, foot-long subs. I had to cut it down to wheat turkey sub, honey. Do you hear me? Wheat turkey sub. It was a tax, but I got it done. And it really did help out. And I was drinking water throughout the day as well. And y'all, when I tell y'all, I felt brand new. I felt amazing. And y'all know the summer is 2 months, pretty much. It's like a month and a half, close to 2 months. So, honey, I did that every day of the summer. And worked out. Y'all, when I told you we were going hardcore, looking back at it is funny, because I used to tell my friends at the time too, because I had came back to school, but I'm gonna get to that. But yeah, so we were working out, y'all. Literally, me and my auntie Bridget, we was working out hard. Like, oh yeah, and I know y'all like, you and your auntie let you work out like that. But at that time, me and my aunties, I have twin aunties. Now, my other auntie, the other twin, she had already lost her weight, I think the summer before or something like that. So she was already slimmer. Now, me and my auntie Bridget, we still had the weight on us. So she's the other twin, of course. But we are only 5 years apart. So we kind of like right there. We literally only 5 years apart. So yeah. So my auntie, so she was going in. I went over the house that day. I was like, this is a sign from God. I said, I'm starting with you, auntie, because honestly, as a kid, you already know who you see and who you around. You are motivated by that, honestly. Because if I was getting fed probably like fruits and vegetables on the daily, of course I probably would have ate that too. But like I said, I was eating good. My mom, she fed me good. I was eating footlong Chinese food. Okay. But anyway, so I went over to my grandparents' house. My auntie, she was working out. She was doing the crunchies. She was doing sit-ups. She was doing arm circles. She was doing hip-hop dancing. Y'all, it was going crazy. I'm not lying. She was doing the sit-ups with the couch. Had the feet tucked in under the couch, honey. We was doing it. Like, we was really getting it done. Well, she was getting it done. I'm just like, wow, auntie, teach me what you're doing, because I need to lose weight. And she was like, yes. And then it's like, it was magic when I seen her do it. I was doing it with her. Literally working out. Now the crunchies, I was ODing. Okay, so how we did the crunchies was we were doing it on the floor, and we did it standing up. So on the floor, I did like 200 crunchies. No lie, like. And I need to do something now, because the stomach is stomaching. But anyway, so I did 200 on the floor, and then I also did 200 on the couch. So it was like a total of 400, 500 crunchies, okay? And that was not all of the exercise. Like I said, we had the hip hop. We had the arm circles. We was getting it in. We were staying energetic. We had the MP3 player in the ear, dancing. We was getting it in. Like, what? We was going in. But y'all, we had a blast. And y'all, I lost that weight when I went back to school after summer ended. Yeah, after summer ended, I went back to school. All the kids had some jokes about that too. Like, they had some jokes when I was big. They're going to have some jokes when I'm small. So it's like, no matter what you do stuff for you. I feel like the body shaming with people making jokes, if you too slim, if you ain't got no booty, if you ain't got no breasts, if you too big, you got too much booty, you got too much breasts, too much thighs, too much rolls. That don't matter. I'm sick of people always trying to body shame somebody. As long as you happy, long as you don't have a health problem pertaining to that, of how you look, that's all that matters. Y'all, so I went from being called fat and big bone and fat, to now, skinny and on crack. Oh, God. Y'all, this is funny when I look back, because I'm like, what? They really said I was on crack. Like, literally, that was like, what you do to lose all that weight that fast? Are you on some type of drugs? Are you on crack? Blah, blah, blah. Kids will say anything. Y'all know kids can be the meanest at times, especially when you're around kids and you a kid. It's crazy. But anyway, so yeah, I was like, no, I worked out. They was really asking, like, they really wanted to know what's tea. Like, how did you lose all this weight? And I told them I changed my diet and I started working out. Drink nothing but water, plenty of water. I lost it. Skin was clear. Y'all, I looked like a kind of completely different person. I ain't gonna even cap. That's one thing I ain't gonna lie. I did like a complete different person. We were going in with them workouts. We was getting it in. And I feel like I was getting it in so much because I was insecure. Not even just insecure. It was just I was tired of being big. Yes, I was getting picked on constantly day and day and day. But also I was starting to get tired of how I felt. You know what I'm saying? Even at a young age, that young age, I still knew and was aware that I was getting tired of how I felt as well. I really was. I was getting tired of how I felt. Now, did I kind of OD it? Possibly. Because I did went from 156 to 123. I forgot to tell y'all that part. So, yeah, I went from like 156 to 123. So, I lost about 20-something pounds. Yeah, close to 30 pounds. Yeah. So, it was real. So, yeah, they thought I was on crack, but I did it for me. I'm like, yeah, if I lose, a bigger amount of weight, it's going to take a little longer for me to gain all that weight back. And y'all, literally, I stuck on that diet kind of for years, even until me and my boyfriend got together after high school. So, that really stuck with me. Like, don't eat too much, girl. You don't want to get too big. And I felt like that was really something in my head telling me, you're going to get picked on. You're going to be too fat. You're going to be ugly. Be yourself. It's nothing wrong with being big bone. I'm still a little big bone. I still got some meat on my bones, baby. I got some meat on these bones, honey, and I can't help it. Yes, I just recently lost weight because I was determined again because I was getting bigger again in my eyes. But I did it for me this time. I did it for the health of me. I feel like back then when I was a younger kid, I was doing it because I was getting picked on constantly. I was getting picked on, but also I was motivated by my auntie. Thanks and shout out to my auntie. But now it's a bigger picture. It's about health. I'm getting older, and I don't even care about age for real, but I'm just saying I'm getting a little older. And honestly, I don't want health problems. I don't want diabetes. I don't want high blood pressure. I don't want, kidneys and, bad kidneys and all of that different type of diseases that come in with older age. We eat a lot of high cholesterol foods and this, that, and so forth. I don't want that. And I be telling myself, you have to watch what you eat. Your gut health is, it's important too. Yes, I do have a gut, but it is what it is. And my gut really, honestly, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. My gut really came from the miscarriage that I had back in 2018, 19. That's where this gut came. It still has the shape, kind of, and all. So it's really nothing I could do about that but do crunchies like I did back in the day. Just do a lot of crunchies every day. That's really going to lose the weight. And watching what I take into my body. And I may start that soon, but that's up to me. And nobody going to make me feel bad about my stomach, about my gut. Because, honey, I'm beautiful inside and out. So when somebody try to body shame you, whether if you too small. Because like I said, I was body shamed for being too skinny, saying I was on crack. It don't matter. That ain't gonna stop nothing. Be confident in yourself. Love who you are. Be happy with who you are. Like I said, as long as you don't have no health problems, so on and so forth, you are good, baby. Love who you are, honey. Love who you are. And if you do want to change about yourself, if you don't like something about yourself, don't be hesitant to change. You got a lot of women these days that's getting plastic surgery, want their butt to be so gigantic, their hips to be so curvy. And don't get me wrong, it does look good on certain women. It do look good on certain women because, honestly, our bodies do form. Especially when you have a baby. After you have a baby as well, you spread. Your body start forming, your booty get a little plump or it may lose depending on what gender you're having. So on and so forth. Your breasts get bigger. So we are meant to produce. We are meant to, have meat on our bones. At least in certain areas, But all women are not meant that way. Like I said, certain women get it when you get pregnant. Or certain women don't have it depending on I would say genetics, or also it could be your eating habits. Because if you're not eating things that's gonna, gain the booty or make you have a little more meat, then you're not gonna have it. It's simple as that. Like I said, that's basically what I was doing. I was eating less. But if you're going to eat some yams, some, mac and cheese, some collards, cornbread, you're going to gain a little one too. But it's all about how you want your body. And it's all about eating in moderation. It's all about what makes you happy and what makes you feel good. That's it. That's it. Because I feel like everybody these days is trying to fit a standard, trying to fit an image, a body image of what you should look like. They either gonna try to look like the slimmest model or the thickest entertainer. I feel like that's what people body goals be. But honey, you be your own body goal. Do what you want your body to look like. Like, it's about you, how you feel, what makes you happy. If you want a little booty, there's natural ways to do it. You don't have to just go get surgery. You could definitely, eat different things to make your body how you want it. But it's all up to you. There's a lot of research. There's a lot of resources out here. And it's up to you to grab it and to do it. But like I said, don't let nobody make you feel bad for how you look and how you feel about yourself. And that's it. But how I deal with body shaming, if I don't like something, I'm going to change it. If I do like how I look and I don't give a dang what nobody say, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to be how I am. And that's just what it is. But yeah, I hope y'all like this topic discussion. If y'all like this topic, y'all make sure y'all give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you comment, subscribe, so you won't miss out on any other topic discussions from me. I'm going to leave my email down below and so much more. But I'm going to see y'all in the next topic. Mwah.